Welcome everybody to another episode of the Misplay podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Tyler.
And it's been far too long since we've done a podcast episode.
Way too long.
I want to say it's probably been 2 months.
Yeah.
The last episode was probably when we were talking about the upcoming Misplay tournament.
Yes, the inaugural, the very first Misplay tournament. We were talking about it. Sorry it's been so long since the last episode. Schedules.
We are grown men. We work full-time jobs. We get busy.
Yeah, we have families. We have other friends. We have other commitments. It happens. We're still putting out content. It's just sometimes it can be hard to get together for this.
Bit sporadic. But the tournament video did come out.
Yes, straight up. First of all, thank you to anyone who's watched it. It was a lot of work to film, and I'm sure it was a lot more to edit.
Yeah, but let's talk about it. So first of all, yeah, thank you guys to anyone that clicked on it.
Yeah.
Because like, you don't even have to finish it. If you clicked on it, you saw a 4-hour video and you clicked on it.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Thank you. I'm sure it was very daunting at first to see a larger product.
Yes.
But once you get in, you'll appreciate the larger product.
Yeah, it was a very fun experience. I think it was a big success.
Yes.
We had some new people come in from it. It has more views than we anticipated.
Yeah, I expected a view per hour. So 4 views capped out and it was going to be a failure.
Yeah.
But it was a passion project for us to chronicle our tournament.
Yeah, because we were doing tournaments anyway, and we thought, let's be serious about it and make some content on it.
Yeah.
It worked out, and it was fun, but also exhausting. So let's talk about it. So I guess in the editing side of things, it was a pain in the ass, man. Like a big issue which I completely forgot to tell you about.
Before we get into anything, should we start with recording and how much of a pain that was?
That's where I'm starting.
It's leading in?
So,
okay, sorry.
Camera issues. It kept dying like every 2 hours, and then every 1 hour, then like every 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So we ended up like the first batch of videos, it lasted a pretty good chunk.
Yeah.
We got probably the first round done, I would say.
And each set we would take a break, chuck it on charge for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
like we're
5
trying to be
minutes.
conscious of it.
Yeah, so we probably got the first round done in one charge, which was pretty good. And then after that, we were lucky to get one set out of that. And like I remember leaving it, we ended up having to split the tournament recording over 2 days.
Yeah.
Because we had to wait for the camera to charge for so long. But despite the fact it's saying it was fully charged, we were only getting one set out of it.
Sometimes not even a
Yeah,
set.
like it was such a nightmare. So that was the first hurdle, having to split the tournament up into 2 days, which we've never had to do before because of the camera, which was frustrating. And then us kind of realizing, because obviously once it was all filmed, I put it into the video editing program, and it was at 2.8 speed is what it ended up being.
Yeah.
Practically 3. And I messaged you, and I'm like, brother, it's almost 4 hours long.
So that's 4 hours long at 2.8 speed. We essentially had 12 hours of footage.
Yes. It was long. Like you got to mine at probably 8:30 a.m. We pretty much started at around 9. And you didn't leave mine until maybe 10, 11 p.m. that night. And then the Monday comes around after we've both finished work. You come by mine like 6:37. You don't leave mine until like 10:30.
Yeah.
It was a long session of just recording the content.
Yes, just recording.
We then had to do the voiceovers.
Yeah.
And that's when I messaged you. I'm like, we're going to have to do like 4 hours of voiceover.
Yeah.
So we sat here, we ended up having to split it in multiple sessions because it was also very long. But I think 2 sessions is when we did it in, which is pretty good.
2 sessions worked because, again, we're grown men with lives. So, like, literally, it's like, cool, I've got 2 hours tonight. Let's smash out half the recording.
Yeah, so 2 sessions. So that's another 4 hours of just doing a particular portion of content there. And then I had to, something I completely forgot to tell you about. So our microphones have been a bit wacky lately. You're not going to hear it here and you generally don't, because I try hard to make sure the end product is pretty decent.
You do a really good job and you put in the hard yards to make sure the audio is consistently good.
Thank you. But for whatever reason, my audio, despite we always check levels beforehand, they're never perfect, but we always try to make sure they kind of match for the most part. Right now, it's great.
Yeah.
And it was great when we started, when we were doing the voiceovers. For whatever reason, When I was looking at the audio and editing and matching everything up, oh my God, my audio was fucked.
Like too low?
Way too low. So and because it was split up into multiple sessions, and in the second session you had like a phone call, and then we stopped it at some point. We split the second session was split up like 3-4 times.
Yeah.
It was a lot of stopping and starting. So it was having to match everything up as well. It was a lot of having to separate your audio and giving yours a hard cap on how high yours would go, normalizing yours, and then making mine match yours for each segment. It was a fucking nightmare.
How did you not? Because we have like a WhatsApp chat going pretty consistently, and sometimes we'll just post stuff in there but not respond. How did you not whinge and complain?
I forgot.
Like, understandably whinge and complain, but how did you not like just have a moan in there?
Bro, I don't know. I think it was like, I'm just gonna get this done, and that's it. Like, I remember I exported it. That took a while as well. But then I uploaded it. I was like, it's done. I'm not thinking about it.
It's interesting because we always check the levels, and like for the keen-eyed viewers, we get the laptop in front of us, we can see the levels, and both of us typically watch the levels throughout a recording. Yeah. But there's been 2 times in Misplay history where we've had to look at the screen.
Yeah.
Where something else has been up, we couldn't watch the levels. And those 2 times, the audio has shit themselves. Do you know the 2? One of them, obviously, was the Misplay tournament. Do you know the other one?
The other one was on was a Low Block podcast episode, right?
No, because this is an interview with Chris Nagu. Oh. The only 2 things we couldn't redo in Misplay history.
Oh, yeah, the things we couldn't redo. Oh, we're talking about Misplay, yeah. That Chris Nagu, oh my God. So, amazing guy. He took the time to have an interview. The interview went so well. And then in post, because we tested the fucking thing before, and we specifically set it up so it would record his audio.
Yeah.
I took the time the night before to test everything out. We took the time when you got here in the morning to test everything out. Everything worked. We were confident. We were good to go because we knew we couldn't redo this.
Yes.
To find out, if you watch that interview, the audio for him is atrocious. What it is our audios are through our mics. And obviously, we're not talking when he's talking. We were lucky enough that his audio was coming through the speakers on that laptop to where it just faintly picked up on our mics.
Yeah.
To where when we weren't talking and he was talking, I had to slice his audio from our mics, amp that all the way up without sounding like shit, because that is the best I could do it.
Yeah.
I'm not an audio whiz. That's the best I could do. I spent 2 hours researching how I could get it that good. That was a damn shame.
Despite us already recording audio for the laptop.
Yes.
Like all the laptop audio should have been recorded.
Didn't work.
Didn't work. And we did tests, everything worked. But the moment we hit record, the moment it was game time, shit the bed.
Yes.
And to find out the Misplay, the tournament, our biggest bit of content we've done, and probably the biggest bit of content we'll ever put out on the channel, also had audio issues.
Super frustrating. I remember because just touching on the Low Block podcast, which maybe we'll come back to it at some point. It's our first podcast we've ever done.
Yes,
a lot of fun to us. It's basketball related, so completely different channel. But I remember there was an episode where we recorded the whole thing. That was fucked.
Yeah,
that didn't record anything,
and that was a good episode too.
That was. It always happens during the good
lost episodes.
Yeah, the lost episodes. And I remember there's been times where we've gotten like halfway through and for whatever reason our audio just decides to cut out.
Yeah.
So we have to switch to DSLR audio and we don't have a mic on that. I remember I warned Adam, because he always watches our content and I appreciate what Adam does.
Yeah, very appreciative.
As he always watches it, and I warned him before he watched it, and I'm like, you get about halfway through, maybe 3/4 through, the audio's gone to shit, so it's not going to be good. And then he messaged me and was like, holy fuck, you weren't kidding. It sounds like shit. Yeah.
The honesty. You only get honesty from your closest friends.
Yeah. But that was the tournament video. There was a lot of work that went into that. A load of fun. But moving forward, hopefully they're not going to be that long. We would like to cap it out at maybe 2 hours if we can figure it out.
If we can figure it out. Again, if you watched even a minute of that, if you watched all of it, if you recommended it to your friends, thank you very, very much. This is a passion project that has gone bigger than we expected it to.
It's done very, very well. Like, shout out to everyone which leaves a comment, leaves a like. I keep track of all of the metrics. We're doing very, very well every month.
Yeah.
For something that started it out as, let's just do it. Why not?
Yeah. Like we watch a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh channels, and we don't watch even more because we hate a lot of them.
A lot of them are really insufferable.
We won't name any names.
My only pet peeve with the Yu-Gi-Oh community specifically.
Oh, we started, Mr. B.
My only pet peeve, it's not towards any particular person. It's just, obviously, we play in a format that's very pure.
Yeah.
Very little hand traps. The extra decks are always pure to that archetype and theme.
Yeah.
There's no access, no whatever. But whenever there's a new archetype that comes out that may be fun for us, it is not meta-defining, there's always some motherfucker that comes out and is slandering them on Reddit, slandering them on forums, slandering them on YouTube. I'm like, just have fun. It's a new archetype.
Yeah,
that's my biggest pet peeve.
Okay, it's not what I thought you were going to say.
No, what do you think I was going to say?
I'm not going to say. We don't want to start beef this early. We're too small. We'll get squished.
Wait till we make it to the top, then shit on everyone else?
Yeah, 100%. When we make it to the top, then we'll show our receipts. I'll tell you off the pod. If, you know, this started as a passion project because we thought, like, our other thing, the low block, it's an oversaturated market and it didn't do too well, even though I think we make great content for it, didn't really pop off too well. But like, why don't we transfer all the skills we've learned from that to this? And, you know, we started out just making like a deck build and a podcast every once in a while, and now we're doing constant updates.
Our very first video was the Harpy Lady deck build. That I remember when that got to 54 views, and I messaged you, I'm like, bro, this is pretty good. And now if any of our deck builds get under 100, it's like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, what the fuck happened?
But no, it's gone really, really well. I think our worst performing deck build is Virtual World at like 130 or something.
Yeah.
Everything else has been really, really good. But it's been super fun. So I guess we'll talk about the tournament, because this will be the last time we talk about the tournament.
Yeah,
for a long time.
Brief. We'll keep it brief because I'm sick of talking about the tournament.
I'm a champion.
He won.
First time champion for the Misplay tournament.
Yes, first time champion.
Next one's in December, but Orcus were the biggest surprise.
Yeah, by far.
By far. The deck that ended up being the most dominant was Mutant. I did not see that happening.
I sort of saw that happening.
You've been very high on me. I mean, obviously, I think Mutant are a very good deck and an archetype, even when you're running Impure in our format. But I wasn't expecting them to carry the load like they did, because you really came out the gates just gunning for my head.
Yeah, I did.
You were like, I'm not letting you win.
I needed to, because there are other non-Misplay branded tournaments I hadn't done that well.
No, you got
so for the inaugural.
You did.
For the inaugural Misplay one, I needed to, and now that it's on camera, now that it's on video, I needed to show out and prove that I know what the fuck I'm doing.
And you did. Like, Orcus getting rid of Sky Striker, that was the upset.
Yeah.
Dinomorphia, you were terrified of. They probably made it. They made it a little bit deep, but they did end up getting knocked out. So they weren't the threat that you thought they may have been. But yeah, Orcus were crazy, but you ended up having more decks left than I.
Yeah.
And then Mutant went on a run, and Virtual World having to verse Live Twin, obviously, Virtual World will be the favorite. They're the macrocosmos. You can't play through that.
I can't.
Which I did get support for them, by the way. I bought one copy. One copy.
Of?
Dimensional Fissure.
Okay.
Which is just the spell macrocosmos.
Yeah, which is spell macrocosmos.
Because I realized, if I can't get QB on the field, which you did manage to stop for one of the games in that tournament, it's like, I can't do anything because I don't have interaction during your turn.
Yeah.
The Dimensional Fissure is just a macrocosmos as a spell. So, yeah, it kind of is like a mini QB in a way if I can't get QB. So
I get that. It works well for your archetype and for that playstyle. So especially if you were to slightly move it more and more into banishing my monsters, perfect.
Yeah, I do actually have to check if that has shipped yet, because I went down, ordered it from fucking Nucky Joe. They take forever to ship
I thought we weren't starting beef.
No, we're not starting beef. Your prices are so good. So
shout out to Nakajo, the best prices around, the worst shipping times.
Worst. Some of the stuff they don't even have in stock, but they'll sell it here. It's basically making a back order.
Yeah, but, essentially.
So for those that don't know, someone broke into my apartment complex and busted open all of the mailboxes. So mine's exposed right now. It's really just hanging by like a hinge. And I've kind of bent it into place where it looks like it's okay, but it really isn't. And Nakajo don't do a good job of emailing you when your thing's actually shipped. It just kind of shows up one day. So I've been checking my mail every day. I went down today because couriers, please don't ever fucking attempt to deliver. They'll just leave a calling card. So it's like, all right, I'll go get the calling card. I'll pick it up Thursday.
You're feeling feisty today.
I'm so feisty. I hate couriers, please, man. But I went down. I was like, okay, maybe Nakajo's stuff is here because I forgot to change my address and they don't tell me when they've shipped stuff. My fucking cover to my mailbox was on the floor. So I'm like, if it has shipped and it has arrived, oh, it's gone.
You need to stop ordering mail to your house.
It was an accident. Because I've
I
got
have a
stuff
house.
shipped to
Adam
you.
has a house.
I know, and you guys are very great with that. But I keep forgetting because I'm used to just click, click, click.
Yeah,
I don't want to think about it.
Details already in there. Just fucking click through.
So now I've got to message them because that's where Dimensional Fissure is, and my Marincess support is in there. So because they're not finished yet, I'm waiting for that Nakajo order. So fingers crossed they're
I
actually.
messaged you on Saturday when mine shipped, right?
Yeah,
It was like a month. And I messaged because I was on the Sunday and I talked to you. Like, I don't know when my order's been shipped. I got it like a month ago.
Yeah, it was ages ago.
Yeah. Just shipped.
Yeah.
Soon, baby.
They ship it when they ship it.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
We're talking about the tournament because I was talking about Virtual World and, being great
yeah.
against Live Twin because of that macrocosmos-like effect and getting some new support. But I was thinking, like, for a lot of those decks that have been around, especially in this tournament now, it's getting to the point where I'm really waiting for new support because there's no other tech cards I can add.
We've been through, like, we're pretty good at finding tech cards, you and me, and we've just gone through everything that could fit.
And I feel like that was the last tech card. Obviously, the Macrocosmos would be good, but that's quite expensive. And I don't think I need it, whereas Dimensional Fissure was like $5. I was like, I'll pick up a copy, why not?
Yeah.
But like that is kind of done. Mutant, there is nothing I can add to that. That is perfected.
Yeah.
Sky Striker is perfected until the new wave of support comes, which we'll talk about in a bit because you might be a bit salty. But a lot of the decks we run are just kind of finished. Like Orcus, I think, are finished until it gets new support.
Essentially, right?
Yeah.
And like Live Twin, like they're done until I get new support. They're at a hard 40. Like if I were to take out one thing, I'd replace it with another staple. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh yeah,
not
I
a
found
tech.
this perfect tech card.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I could change 2 staples around, but that's about it.
Yeah, and I guess now where the exciting thing is, because now the tournament's done, what we love doing is we love culling so many decks. So like Unchained have already been sold. I'm yet to ship them. I've got to do that. I had an issue the other day where I think an Ozpose driver left the fucking letter out. It was the Insectic deck core, left it out in the rain and they were fucking soaked. And the buyer was not happy. It was like $10 or whatever. I didn't even fucking tell you about that because I've been so busy. I've been so busy.
That's fair.
But his order got soaked because
I'd be pissed too.
Yeah.
Sorry, guy. If you actually bought that off us, really sorry.
Yes.
That's awful.
You'll never be able to link the two, but it was us. I apologize.
Well, can you imagine if he's a viewer and he found your page or something? Found your eBay page.
We're not under the TCG block anymore.
But why I use that account? I'm buying onto that page.
Do you?
I think so.
What the fuck?
I buy under that eBay page.
Stop.
No, I buy under the low block.
You keep using our
Business
our
accounts.
joint accounts
What are
for
we married?
YouTube to buy personal shit.
We don't have a business card yet.
I guess. Yeah,
But,
not yet.
Because I made the low block eBay account for
Yeah.
promotion.
Yes, you didn't end up
funny.
buying shit for it.
Yeah.
But so
What was I going to say?
I was talking about culling decks.
Yeah.
And that's a very exciting time because it means decks like Unchained that underperform and I wasn't really having fun with it.
Oh, also, why don't you link your eBay? Down,
eBay what?
If any of you guys are interested in buying the decks we're culling, Josh will have his eBay link down below.
Sure, give me more work. Sure, don't run up by me first. You love doing that on camera.
I do. But it's more money in your pocket.
I guess so.
He hates money. Sorry, yeah,
It's
culling
not that.
decks. Culling decks.
So that's a very fun time for us because the decks we realize we're just not that into, we will move off.
Yeah.
Like a rom-com.
Yeah, I was thinking he's just not that into you.
Yeah. So like
Me and Espos.
you and Justified just ain't it.
Yeah, you and Unchained Abominable Soul.
So you've unsleeved S for us. I've completely sold Unchained. I've probably moved off 6 other decks. Some in the tournament, some not. But I realized I'm just never going to play it because the tournament kind of shows us what we really enjoy playing and we want to see succeed. So I probably moved off 6, 7 decks. You've moved off maybe 4 or 5, maybe.
Probably about 5. Yeah.
But this is where we get into some new decks.
Yeah, and part of culling is it's the birth and rebirth. It's where one dies, another can live. And we're busy people. We don't have time to go to our local card shop too often. But when we do, we go big.
Yes.
And this Saturday, we went big.
So we have a local card store called Sports Card World. They're based in Adelaide.
Yes. Shout out to Sports Card World if any of you guys are from Adelaide.
Phenomenal service, phenomenal prices, located very, very near to us. Just, I love everything about what they do.
It's so good. They're in a bigger location now. They expanded. I'm very, very happy for them.
Yep.
And they have a great selection of Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah. So we made the time, because we catch up every couple weeks to actually chill when it's not work related. And we said, let's go to the card store. We'll get some food throughout the day in the CBD. And we ended up just going through all of the YGO folders they had in the store.
Almost all of them.
Almost, not the commons.
We went through everything that wasn't a common.
Yeah.
We went through it.
Yes. So we ended up getting just like stacks of YGO cards between us. Yeah. And but it gave us a chance to, like, any decks that we were kind of interested in building, if this thing was there, we'll get it. They're like 50 cents, $2, $10, maybe a $20 rare that he completely was unaware of.
I thought it was $2. I bought a rare for Blackwings. I thought it was $2. It was $20.
Because it's in a fold, like everything in that fold is like $2.
Was in there was $2.
Except that one card.
Because spoiler alert, I'm building Blackwings. And I didn't realize till we got back to Josh, I was going through the cards. I'm like, this is $20?
Yeah. And Adam was saying so often, it was like, man, that's an expensive card. Apparently you never listened.
Didn't hear him at all in the shop. I fucking tunnel vision. Because I'm going through those folders real quick. Because in my head, I'm like, cool, I know the 6 archetypes I'm looking for. I have a rough idea of the 6 archetypes you're looking for. I'm like, let's just scan through this shit.
So what are some of the archetypes which you're now building, which are brand new?
So Blackwings, first off.
Super exciting. They're going to get support in Darkwing Blast.
Darkwing Blast. And that was the main... I've been interested in Blackwings for like over a year and a half at this point. I was like, they're kind of old, they're kind of toolboxy, synchros from back then are kind of janky, and then they just got announced for support, and the support's incredible, and I'm like, screw it.
Loads of it.
Loads of support, like 6 new cards. Essentially, it's a structured X worth. So I'm starting to get the Blackwing cards. I got another Toon card. That makes 5.
Yeah, well on your way.
Well on my way. I've been building Toon since we started playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Those years ago, yep.
But they're too expensive at the current price.
We saw a Toon Blackluster Soldier. It was like $90 for one copy.
It's not worth it.
Just an Ultra.
Yeah, because it's one printing in Toon Chaos.
Ridiculous.
Not worth it. When they get reprinted, sure, I'll go into it, but they're not worth it right now. Blue Eyes.
Yes, yeah. I forgot you're going into Blue Eyes.
I've been interested in Blue Eyes for a little bit, and specifically like the synchro route and not the good route, but pseudo interested in Blue Eyes, so I got a couple cards for those.
Speaking of which, Adam, I was completely wrong. Your shit's not worth anything. I didn't realize Shining Victories went down so badly, so sell it to your boy.
I remember we were talking about it last week, and I know Adam has a bunch of Blue Eyes cards. I'm like, because Adam's, he's a collector, for certain nostalgic cards. He's not interested in playing his Blue Eyes deck anymore. I was like, oh, if you ever want to sell it, like, let me know. And then maybe 20 minutes later, Adam was asking Josh about it. And Josh was like, yeah, Blue Eyes will always be worth money. Don't ever sell it, just in case. And we looked up the card prices, and it's dirt cheap.
Oh, dirt cheap.
And then Josh is like, oh, it might be worth money someday.
Someday.
That's my impression of you that sounds nothing like you.
Nothing.
Constella. So at this point, I previously like, I'm fucking sick of Constella. Half this archetype is dirt, trash, awful shit. I'm not going to build them for ages till they get support. And then went to the card store and I saw a bunch of Constella cards that I needed. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just get them.
You just get them. Like, why we're there? That was the premise. Like, while we're there, we'll get whatever.
Exactly. So now I'm probably like $30 away from finishing Constella.
That's close.
Right?
That's
so
close.
I'm not that far off. I just need to do it. You know what I mean?
I can't wait for you to say, brother, it's ready. I'm coming over this Saturday. You're going to see Constella. And it can't make a fucking board. Yeah. It's going to happen.
Here's what's going to happen. Here's going to be my end Constella board. 1XCs and a Compulse, and that's it.
And a Compulse? Because not even a solemn.
No, the XCs are around bouncing.
Okay. You're on theme.
So I'm on theme with the Compulses.
I get you.
I have spare solemns, but Compulses fits the theme.
That's the one you're going for.
Yeah. They might even be going second. So I may get my XCs out, bounce.
Okay.
Attack for 24 and set a Compulse, then pass.
Holy shit, that is going nowhere. That's going straight to the Scrub Tournament. Scrub Tournament, D-League, whatever you want to call it. We will be having another tournament where a lot of these decks that you just mentioned, like Blue Eyes and Constella, decks like I'm building Predaplant again.
Yeah, I don't know the other deck I'm going to be building, like from Sports Cabal, but yeah, you got Predaplant.
Yeah, I'm super excited because I picked up quite a few cards from there, and they just had the wave of common support in that set. Dimension Force, was it? Yeah, it was Dimension Force. So you gave me a bunch of them, and the new support cards actually make it playable, in my opinion.
This is round 2 of Predaplant.
Yeah, and so it definitely is more consistent. I picked up some Dark Magician cards. I picked up Ninja cards, and I think I may have regretted it because I put them in EDO, and I was like, I'm trying to rub my hands, but I can't because I'm holding the mic. But I was doing the Play-Doh snake, the Birdman, and I was licking my lips, like, this is it. This is it.
Like a little Cool J.
Yeah, I was like, Ninja is in me because I've wanted to build Ninja for a while.
Didn't know that.
And I was like, but they're garbage. Absolute garbage. New wave of support that's coming this year. Like, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I picked up a load. Even so, I bought 5 copies of some cards when you can only run 3 because I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, they still suck. Something I completely overlooked with ninjas is all of their traps are continuous. They stay on the field. So there's literally one of the new support cards they got is a continuous trap that once per turn allows me to return a trap to the hand because it doesn't leave the fucking field. So my back row gets so freaking clogged, I can't do anything.
You can't activate spells.
So if you stop the right card, I just can't play.
Yeah.
I can normal summon and that's about it.
I remember I had this issue with Aroma when we first started because I had 5 continuous spells. I'm like, oh, I can't Raigeki.
Bro, at least they could do something. Once my trap effect has been used, it's dead.
Nah, surely.
No, it's like a Call of the Haunted. It just stays. If the monster leaves the field, it just stays. It's a Call of the Haunted. I didn't realize it was that bad.
Trash the tournament.
They are straight trash.
Ghost Trick level.
They are Ghost Trick are pretty damn good compared. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Stellar level.
Yeah, maybe Constella. But yeah, they're really bad. So I'm more excited for Predaplant at this point. But they're super fun. Yeah. But so we've got our Scrub tournament coming up in the coming months, maybe 1 to 2 months. Because we're
2.5
almost
months.
at the end of July already.
Scary.
Which is crazy. But I think the 4 decks I will be running will be Galaxy Eyes, Ancient Warriors, Predaplant, and Gimmick Puppet.
Okay.
You wanted to run Weather Painters, and I think Weather Painters are on par with Ancient Warriors.
I disagree.
I disagree with your disagree.
Look, so I definitely want Ghost Trick in there.
So, before I let you continue,
Yeah.
I'm going to let you finish, but I did have a thought the other day.
Came to that.
All of our tournaments, we've only seen one so far for the Misplay. We see more. Every tournament, there is an MVP.
Yeah.
The tournament that just happened, it was Mutant.
Yeah.
They had the home stretch. They showed up. They were the reason that I won the tournament.
Yeah.
I think that if there is an MVP for our Scrub tournament, it's unnamed now. Leave a comment if you've got a better name.
Yeah, please do.
But I do think if there's an MVP for that one, that is now like our Basketball Boy Island thing, they're no longer allowed in Scrub tier.
Yes, they will never be allowed in the Scrub tier again.
That was the thinking I had.
Okay.
So if Ancient Warriors do end up being very, very good and they're the clear MVP, no longer allowed in Scrub tier, even if they're not good enough for proper tournament play.
I'm fine with that.
Cool.
I'm fine with that. I thought you were going to say, like, if they win the Scrub, if they MVP of the Scrub League, they have to go in the mainline tournament.
No. That wouldn't be very fun.
Yeah, that would be weird. But no, 100%. If you MVP, if you run through, you're never allowed in the Scrub tournament.
Yeah, I agree. So
I'm ready for Ghost Trick to be in every Scrub tournament going forward.
they're not bad. Like this is definitely the best iteration of Ghost Trick we've seen. It's just they're still not good.
Yeah. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
What other cards did you get from our lovely sports card world?
That was, I mean, a lot of it was Ninja. There were a lot of Predaplants. There's a little bit of Dark Magician. I don't really know if I got anything else.
I feel like I got more for me as well, but I'm just forgetting.
Because, I mean, a lot of it I got a lot of play sets of stuff. So, like, that stacked up.
I got my
very,
2
very quickly.
Gaga cards.
Yeah, why the heck are you building an Unamutt deck?
I'm not. I'm going Gaga.
Specifically Gaga? I don't think
Because
it can work that
there
way.
is. It's not incredible. So obviously the onomatopoeia sets.
One extra deck monster.
3.
Aren't the rest like Do and...
No, 3 Gaga XEs.
Oh, I thought that was 1.
I'm interested in the onomatopoeia, but I do like the Gaga design because it's alternate versions of his like classic Yu-Gi-Oh monsters.
Okay.
And I think the extra decks have some fun effects. Like I always think Cowboy's kind of cool.
Burns for 800.
Yeah,
Past turn.
Watch out. They may never get finished.
I mean, do you know the history of Gaga Cowboy?
It was meta for a while.
One of the most meta ran cards in history.
Wild.
Because it's just if you need to burn for time, burn for time.
Weird. It's so meta it doesn't affect us at all.
No, not at all. It's
You
garbage
can have
for us.
2-hour-long duel. But like I've got 2 cards. I could bow out at them in any moment. It wouldn't fucking matter.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, that's the same with me in Evil Swarm. I've got 3
I
cards.
thought you said Eagle Swarm. That is the coolest sounding wing beast deck on earth.
Kind of, yeah.
Eagle Swarm?
I've got 3 Evil Swarm cards, and they will be built at some point.
At some point.
Couple years.
I can't remember any of the cards I got, but I am excited to build new decks or bring back existing decks because we have new sets coming out soon.
Oh my gosh, I definitely want to talk about that. Power of the Elements is the second set coming up.
We'll touch about it quickly. It's the next set coming up. It's in like 2
No,
weeks.
Legendary Duelist is the next set coming out.
I forgot about that because there was 0 cards I wanted.
There's so many I need from it, and it's so expensive. But so beyond that set, it's Power of the Elements.
Yep.
And that's with your Rika support. That's my Mathmech support. That's the Tier Element support.
Tier Elements? Tier
Elements?
What did they say was announced like yesterday?
Tier Elements. Yes, I think it's Tier Elements. So they're getting their first printing, which is exciting.
Yep.
There's a bunch of other cards as well.
Cranberry. Vanilla. Low sugar. It's sprites.
Oh, sprites. Yeah, but they're garbage for us.
Why are they called sprites?
Because they're sprites.
Sprite is a lovely drink.
No, it's not. Sprite is in the drink.
Lovely. Can they sponsor us?
You do.
Can we get sponsored by Sprite?
Yes, please.
But I don't like that naming convention.
Sprite,
it's just
sponsor
kinda
us.
silly. Please. It's just, I don't know. I just don't like that name. I get that they're little sprites. I get it. Right? They're supposed to be like this big. I get it.
Yeah.
But
You're beefing with the name of an archetype. Okay. You don't generally do that, but that's okay. It's first for everything.
no, I had beef with Dogmatica.
You prefer Drag My Balls? Dogmatic is so much cooler. I'm sorry.
No, it was
Dragma.
It was Dragma, right?
Yeah, and that sucked.
I liked it.
Of course you did.
The Fur Hire sucks.
Okay, now, my issue with Fur Hire, this is so off topic. Why the fuck does their card text, so for example, Reinforcement of the Army, add 1 warrior monster from deck to hand, 1 level 4 warrior monster.
Yeah.
Fur Hire cards say, add 1 monster Fur Hire from deck. Ha ha ha, monster is Fur Hire.
Yeah, it's a joke.
That's so confusing when wording is so crucial in the game of YGO.
Yeah.
Why do that? Don't play jokes with me, Konami.
Don't play jokes.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hated that.
So Power of the Elements is a crazy setup coming for us. We're going to be opening a box.
There is more support in that set because I was going through it recently, which is actually crazy. It's not just what we've talked about. It's just I'm forgetting it now because there is actually so much in that set.
Do you want to look it up?
I don't have my phone. We're recording on my phone.
Yeah, true. if we look better than the last podcast, let us know because we're currently recording off Josh's phone.
I mean, if I do look better just because it's a different lens, then hey, what's up? Hit me up in the comments.
It's like The Simpsons where they put grease on the lens.
Yeah, go to cardcluster.com and just look in the or whatever.
Yugipedia.
Okay, you're one of those people. That's cool. I respect
it's
that.
quicker. So Amazement. I didn't realize Amazement was in here.
Neither did I.
Attraction. I remember I've got 3 cards of those. That's the slowest slow build.
Yep.
Elemental Hero, Exosister.
Yes, the Exosister cards are in there.
Yeah.
Which are
Ice Jades,
crazy.
Crawlers, Melodious, Melfi,
Melodious.
Neospace.
Melodious.
Yeah. Neospace I'm interested in. Punk, Rika, Rose, Scareclaw. I'm building Scareclaw.
Yes.
Soon.
The animal abuse deck.
Done. Soon. Therians, Vendread, Moki Moki.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit in there. I completely forgot Exosister were in there. I thought it was end of the year.
This is such a big set.
Crazy set.
We're going to open a box. Do we open 2 boxes or do we open 1? One and just get singles?
Yes. Because
The opening
I
will
would
be on the
like to
channel.
go to the card store and pick some stuff up, if possible.
Depends on schedules, but yeah, I'd like to.
I mean, you go without me anyway.
Never.
You did before. You've been recently.
To pick up singles?
You picked up something. I'm not arguing with you on the podcast. I'll beat you up off the camera.
Please, no.
Please, sir, no.
No, I never go to get singles.
There's a lot of stuff in there, and it's going to be exciting because the tournament that you guys just saw, it's going to be so different end of the year. MathMech are coming back.
Rika, back.
And I'm excited for Rika because Rika was scary. They just kaiju everything, but they never felt fast enough to keep up. Once they got their one tribute out the way, it was kind of like, all right, now I can play.
Yeah.
Whereas now, it's consistent and it does more.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, y'all are scary.
Yeah.
Y'all are
Sky
very
Striker will have their new support.
Yes, that's in the
later on
November set, I believe, which is crazy. Now they just did. You saw something. You texted me earlier today, and you were like, "Fucking Sky Striker getting more support."
I was on my way here, and I saw the OCG announce there's going to be support for Sky Striker and trains.
Yes.
Selection 5, it's called.
Yes. So Sky Striker, for those that don't know, have their own manga. Konami's kind of doing a thing where certain archetypes will get their own lore and story done in manga. I think it's really cool because it's going to spread the game out to a new fan base and bring more in because the game is too fucking difficult to sell on its own.
Yeah.
It's crazy. 100%. So it's really cool, but Sky Striker will be getting support for quite some time.
Which I have mixed feelings about because clearly Konami have a favorite.
Well, it's not Konami. It's the fact that everyone loves Sky Striker. If Sky Striker didn't sell...
True.
It wouldn't get support. Like, they're not giving out chronominally support because no one plays chronominally.
But they were designed not to be played.
Oh, don't tell those players that. There's a couple that love doing FTKs or something. I don't know what it is.
Chronominally is about, like, antiques. Everyone who plays chronominally is an antique. They're all old. Sorry.
But I
you didn't hear that with a hearing aid in.
Holy shit. I think it's a good thing because... What archetype? Maybe heroes. Heroes get a lot. Like I'm lumping Destiny Hero, Elemental Hero, and everything.
Heroes.
Yeah, generic heroes. They get probably just as much, more support, definitely.
Yeah.
Dark Magician, Blue Eyes get a lot of support as well. Dogmatica gets support, and I was like, we're kind of lucky that 2 of those archetypes out of that circle of like beloved Konami archetypes we run. I don't think you run any which constantly get support. But I run 2. I have the Dogmatica and I have Sky Striker.
Yeah.
So I guess I feel good that even if you had a deck that constantly got support, I would feel good because there's nothing worse than sitting on Constella knowing that you're not getting support for another 3-4 years.
Yeah. Ghost Trick.
Yeah. Like Ghost Trick got a wave of support and that's it for a long time.
Yeah.
And it feels, unlike Sky Striker, it's like, oh, I might get a card or 2 this year. And it feels good that we have some archetypes that fall into that circle.
Part of the reason I'm interested in Blue Eyes in a sense, because I know they're always going to get like 3 cards a year. Maybe more.
Like per Megatin, it's 3 cards.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, cool. I can go into Blue Eyes and have a different variation of this deck every 3 months.
Yeah, no, it's super fun. It's kind of why I want to go into Dark Magician as well. There's always going to be a new card which can either change the way it plays or just helps how much it can keep up.
Yeah.
Because even if you're not a big fan of, say, Dark Magician or Blue Eyes, I know people get sick of hearing about them, how much support they get. But it's the oldest archetype in the game.
And I was sick of it.
Yeah. But it's cool seeing old archetypes keep up with things like Sky Striker. Whilst, no, they probably can't. But the fact that Konami's trying to level everything out onto the same playing field, like Rika getting just 2 cards, but such insane 2 cards.
Bonkers.
Because we were talking about Rescue Ace.
Yeah.
The new...
Firefighter archetype.
Defenders deck build set, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That's the first one announced. The Firefighters Rescue Ace.
Yes.
Insane. Their boss monster not only can special summon itself, but it can set 4 spell or traps from the deck, and all of the spell or traps in archetype are non-once per turn. I don't get it. It's insane. There's also the new archetype in Power of the Elements, which you were talking about, where you're like, these are busted. You came over one morning, you slapped my table, and you're like, you will not believe this archetype.
It's not Power of the Elements. It's not after Chrysler?
Yeah, is it in Darkwing?
Yeah. It's Darkwing Blast.
Darkwing Blast, okay. That's another fucked archetype.
Yeah.
And we've been increasingly worried, you more so than I, where you're like, the power creep for YGO is just going to get so freaking crazy, where we're just like, you were worried Sword Soul were just going to wipe the floor. You were worried Dynamorphia were going to wipe the floor. Turns out they can be managed with, not easy, but they can be managed without too much stress. Whereas I do agree that new archetype in Darkwing
Krishla and then
Rescue Ace. Holy shit.
Krishla can like special, they all like levels 8s or 9, 7s to 10s or something. And they all special summon themselves, and they'll get a search when you special summon them.
And banish face down. That's the best banish. The best thing you can do is search, and the best thing you can do is special summon.
And all of them do that.
You've got the trifecta in almost all the cards. And then, obviously, Rescue A, special summon ourselves, set 4 that are not once per turn.
And they have a pop.
Yeah.
No, they have a negate.
They have interrupts.
So I can set 4
interrupts off one card. Straight from the deck. I don't get it. But it's things like Mathemec Circular. It's things like the 2 Mathemec cards. It's things like the continued support for Dogmatica and Sky Striker. It gives me hope that whilst... No, Rika's not going to be able to compete with Rescue Ace. It's not going to be able to compete with that other archetype in Darkwing. But in our meta, where we do introduce new archetypes like Sword Soul and Tri Brigade, things like that, Rika can keep up. Mathemec can keep up. Yeah. They may not best them most of the time, but it's still going to be a fun set. And that's all I can really ask for, because every card game is going to have just an absolutely bullshit kind of deck.
Yeah.
It's going to have that, and you have to do that to sell copies. But I do appreciate Konami, what they did all those years ago, abandon the anime and said, we're just going to make cards that work.
Thank fuck.
I'm so happy, because that's where we get the most of our joy from.
Yeah, we're not tied to the anime, because I don't watch the anime. You don't watch the anime. We're not tied to it, and we get... And ever since they left that path, we've been getting cool support for older archetypes.
Yeah, and it's been super, super fun.
Yeah. I do want to touch on the next deck build set real quick, as it's been kind of tumultuous for us.
How much more time do we have, young sir?
I want to say 5 minutes.
Right,
I want to touch on it real quick.
Let's go for it.
This is the one with Labyrinth. This is the one with...
Tactical Masters, I believe.
Masters. So it's Labyrinth, Valence, and Rune.
Yes, Mr. Rune, yep.
Mr. Rune. Mr. Rune is a deck out set, a mill deck. I'm going to be playing it.
You love your mill decks.
You were going to take Labyrinth, and this is a long time ago. You were going to take Labyrinth, and Valence were going to be left. You said, I'm not too keen on Labyrinth for whatever reasons. And I said, oh, okay, interesting. It'll probably be left to the side. Maybe I'll pick it up. Who knows? I'm probably going to get a box. And you're like, then you were interested in Labyrinth, Valence. And then you were interested. I'm like, yeah, okay, they're kind of cool, kind of art, kind of yada yada. And then you're like, no, I don't like them. They suck. I don't like anything in this. And us going from liking every deck build set to come out, and now this is 3 where we're like on.
Yeah, it's frustrating, because even I'll just quickly touch on Grand Creators. Whilst I think Punk are really fun to play. I don't know if they'll stick around forever for me, but they're really fun. I love Exo Sister. And I like, and the impact of Adventure is always interesting to see how it shapes the meta. But the way they went about the set, having Inzektor take up like 12, 13 cards in the set, bullshit. I hated that.
Bullshit.
So that was ruined by that. And then me really not caring about Ancient Guardians. Was Eldoatic were garbage.
Yeah.
Sulfur Cord I played around for a bit, and they were fun, but they're not weren't good.
Bear one didn't last.
Earth Arctic didn't last.
Yeah.
And then... So now we were hoping for something good with Tactical Masters. Now, Valence, I'll get it out of the way. They fucking suck. They are horrible. And I assume you've not messed around with them at all. Essentially, they're meant to mimic more of like a Fire Emblem thing, where you got to move the characters on the board and you'll get effects based on that and move forward that way. Really interesting. I think they did nail that aspect for the most part. There is a small ruling thing which isn't very clear, but if any of your Valence monsters go into any of the spell and trap zone, not the pendulum zones, but the 3 spell and trap zones, they can't move themselves up, despite what the text says, because it's a pendulum effect. It's not a spell and trap effect. So you're left with only 2 zones, despite thinking that you can have fun, because a lot of what the archetype does is it moves your cards down and moves your opponent's cards down, and you can move them back and forth. It's really fun. But once you move them down, unless you've got the field spell, you can only move 1 up at a time, and it's very frustrating. It doesn't feel like it was fully fleshed out. And their boss monster is the worst boss monster I've seen in it's the worst modern boss monster I've seen in ever.
Yeah, okay.
All it does is if it's summoned, you can put 1 opponent's monster into the spell and trap zone. whilst that sounds like it's a good thing, like if you've got Shio,
It's just an easy
I can
out.
just pop it into there. But if the field spell's on your turn, you can pop it right back. So it's not an out.
Yeah, okay.
It's just a temporary out. But that's all it does. The other effect it does is if you haven't used that effect, move one card to a different monster zone. That's one of its 2 boss monsters. The other boss monster is good because it's a quick effect, do something, and quick effects are always good.
Yeah.
But this, to get one of 2 boss monsters to do jack shit was really disappointing. And it doesn't feel like it flows well at all. It feels super janky.
Yeah, I get that.
And I do feel like you've played a bit of Mist Rune in EDO months ago before all the cards were announced. That actually works.
Yeah.
It's fun. And you can tell you can mill certain decks out.
Yeah.
Especially if they can't win properly, like against Sky Striker, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
You know? And Labyrinth, they work. They're probably going to be the best deck out of that set. They work very well with normal traps, normal generic traps.
Yep.
So they allow for a lot of interruptions, a lot of consistency, a lot of setup again and again and again. Our only potential issue with that, I guess more so you, because I've decided not to build them, is a lot of our decks we want to have an overarching thing. Like you just said, you ran Compulse in Constella rather than Solemn to fit the theme.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing. I run certain things in Dinomorphia. Like I run Titanocider specifically over Lost Wind to save me from taking battle damage.
Yeah.
So I don't have to banish certain things. Like the deck is built around me taking as many life points and saving my life points when I'm super low. Whereas Labyrinth, potentially, it's not the same as Traptrix. Traptrix works around trap hole cards.
Trap Hole. And I've built that deck. Even though it's not super good, I've built it around Trap Hole.
And it feels good when you can get things going.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
But
It's a question as if you're going to enjoy Labyrinth playing generic cards.
yeah, and that's only time will tell because I'm still interested in Mr. Rune, and I think it would be good to have Valence just sitting somewhere because you know I'm sure they'll get support and they'll get better and it'll be less janky at some point. So I still think getting a box for us makes sense.
I mean, we did say we'd get a box of every deck build set.
Yeah,
But it is disappointing that they don't seem to be like we're
not
talking
a
about
slam
Secret
dunk.
Slayers when we're talking about the one with Drytron and Live Twin.
Yeah.
So Dark Saviors.
yeah,
We think of them so fondly, but the last 3-4 deck build sets
do.
do not seem good. So that's why, like with the Rescue Ace set, I'm worried because I think Rescue Ace is good, but then it's maybe too good.
Yeah, and I think they're kind of cool. I like the firefighter designs.
Their designs are so cool.
And I'm interested in the doggo, and you're interested in the
Fruit Fairy, I think it's a fruit.
They may be too good. We'll see. We'll see. We are running up on time, so
Yes.
we're going to have to wrap it up, unfortunately.
Yes, so that'll be it for us at the Misplay. Thank you guys for watching another episode of the podcast. Please make sure to leave a comment. If you've got a name for the upcoming tournament for the D-League, the Scrub, let us know. If there's any deck builds or live duels you guys want to see, let us know. Please make sure to subscribe. Tell everyone you know, get everyone on the channel. We really appreciate everything you guys are doing.
Yeah, please do. Tell your friends, tell your friends' friends, tell your friends' friends. Any view counts. Any view counts. Any comment helps. We read every comment. So thank you very much.
Yes. Peace.